What do you do if your business has cash flow problems? We'll talk here predominantly about a company rather than an individual. So the one thing you can do, but some of them will be applicable to individuals who run a business as well. The first thing you should do is you should review your actual cash flow if you've got one. If you haven't got a cash flow or a budget, perhaps you need to do one, because that'll help you determine partly where the problems are. You may think you're making profits but you've no money. Well, that possibly means that you're not collecting your debtors in. So these sort of things, if you look through your accounts or seek some help from your accountant to review these things and produce these things, they will in fact lead you to the direction of where the problems are. So once you've got that, is there any way you can maximise or increase your revenue, your income, your sales? If there isn't and you're already at that level, then the next thing to look at is obviously your expenditure. Are there any areas that you can save money in by doing something with a different supplier or in a different manufacturing process? So that it means you're making more money per sale from saving making that saving in your supply chain. Alternatively, look at your overheads. Have you got an expensive lease that you can come out of and go to alternative premises? Have you got, I hate to say it, but have you got more staff than you require? Is everybody actually pulling the weight and producing what you want them to be doing? So those are the things you can start with. If having done that, there are no great increases in income or reductions in expenditure, the next thing to look at is, well, can I get more out of what I've already got? So is your cash flow a problem because your money's tied up in your debtors? If you finance your debtors yourself, as in you don't actually get external finance from invoice discounting or factoring, is that something that you might want to look at? Can that help smooth out your cash flow and increase how quickly you get paid for something? There'll be a cost implication, so you need to look at that as well. But if it's only a matter of dealing with debtors, alternatively, invoice financing, how good is your debt collection process? Do you need to introduce somebody either internally or externally to help speed up how quickly you're getting paid? So that's the other alternative. If that's not an area that can be improved, then what about refinancing? Have you got finance already in place that's expensive that you can get at a cheaper rate somewhere, or over a slightly longer period, so you're not paying out the same amount of cash month in, month out? You know, these things are all things you can look at to try and improve that cash flow. And if those aren't able to help, then can you get some external finance, whether that be new loan finance or investment from an outside third party who buys some shares? It dilutes your ownership, but if it helps the business in the long run, it's also obviously got to be beneficial for you.